Welcome back to another episode of Trash Talk Podcast. We're finishing the first round of the letter quizzes today, but before that, we're doing some old school topics that we've done a while back, but haven't done it in a while. We're going to be talking about some music, and we're going to be ranking a couple of bands, and we're going to be ranking their songs from best to worst. And what bands have we picked for that?
Well, first of all, okay, that is sure. We have picked Sabaton, the Blue Oyster Cult, and Simon and Garfunkel.
A bit of a weird mix there, but it's
yeah,
gonna be interesting.
I just thought of it when I listened to it. I was like, Simon and Garfunkel, Sabaton, those go well together.
Yeah, perfect.
Blue Oyster Cult kind of being the middle ground there. That, of course, also tells you a lot of what kind of music we listen to.
Yes.
And also a lot about the spread. There is a link to a playlist in the description, and I've heard that some of our team tried working with that, and it apparently doesn't work that well.
For the Viewer Music Share playlist.
There is a Viewer Music Suggestion playlist. You click the link, and you'll be led to the playlist, and there will be, up top, above the playlist, there will be a prompt that will tell you, like, oh, you can start adding songs, add this to your library. Mm-hmm. You can click that. If it doesn't appear, just click the link in the playlist description, which is the same one. Yeah. Should be the same one in the description. I fucked it up once, I believe. I just put the regular playlist link. Yeah. And then it should appear in your library alongside your own created playlist and saved playlists from other channels.
And that's when you can edit.
And then when you are on a view page, you can add to, and then you can add it to all your playlists. Okay. You can also add it to this playlist.
That's how it works then.
So, just because I know that you've tried it, I think, and failed.
Because if you just go to the playlist and you don't have an option to add it. So
a friend of ours tried it and didn't get it, but I checked, it works.
Okay, so that's how you do it then. If anyone wants to do that, that's how you go.
Considering that we were talking about music today, I thought it was fitting to explain that.
So, what do you want to do first? You want to do the Oyster Cult or Simon and Garfunkel first? Maybe keep Sabaton to the end?
I think we're keeping the big one for the end, right?
Sabaton is the most songs, so we're keeping that for the end. Let's start with this is going to go by my order. Let's start with the Blue Oyster Cult.
Okay, the Blue Oyster Cult.
So, how many songs do you have?
Anyway? 6.
So do I. Those are going to be the exact same songs for the Blue Oyster Cult, and I believe Simon and Garfunkel as well. And Sabaton, we're going to have one difference.
I think we're going to have one difference for Simon and Garfunkel too, but
are we? Oh, we'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
So Blue Oyster Cult, where do you want to start? Your number 6.
My number 6 is. And I'm probably going to disappoint you with this, Celestia the Queen.
That's the same for me.
Okay. I thought you liked that song more, but...
I like it, it's fine. But it's also none of the better ones. So
my number 5... I think this was the toughest part of this particular list. Was number 5 and 4 versus each other.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
And number 5 ended up being Godzilla.
Okay, number 5 for me ended up being Nosferatu. And now I'm curious to see what your number 4 is, though.
My number 4 is Soul Survivor.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Okay, that's the first surprise. Because that seems one of the better ones. That seems very, very strong. I have Godzilla at 4. So, for me, it was Godzilla and Nosferatu between 4 and 5. So, that's my...
I guess it already takes us to my number 3.
Soul Survivor at 4, though?
Yes.
Bit of a disrespect there, I feel like. It's definitely better than
my
Nosferatu.
Number 3 song is Don't Fear the Reaper.
Wow, that's your number 3 song?
Yes.
That's also very surprising. Okay, my number 3 song is Joan Crawford.
Okay.
I kind of like Joan Crawford now. Joan Crawford, pretty good.
My number 2 song is actually Nosferatu.
Wow, so you got Joan Crawford as 1.
Yes.
That's fair. I'll take that. Nosferatu at 2 I can't stand for, but Joan Crawford at 1 is fine. Nosferatu is not that good. It's definitely not number 2.
I like Nosferatu.
I like it, but it's not that good. It's definitely worse than Soul Survivor and Fear the Reaper as well. So my number 2 is Soul Survivor, the original song, the first song of the Blue Oyster Cult that I discovered, and it's still very, very good. I like it a lot. And of course, your number 1 is now Joan Crawford.
Yes.
Which I'm cool with, and my number 1 is Don't Fear the Reaper. Which I believe is also... you can make an argument for that to also be the objectively best song by the Blue Oyster Cult.
Also, interestingly enough, that means that we got our 1s and 3s switched.
Yes. That's true. But we agreed on the bottom.
Which isn't telling of anything, it's just an interesting thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, also, I'm just gonna mention this quickly because I realized this right after we made the list, basically. Burning for You exists. If I had to resort it would be number 7.
Yeah.
But, also, I think we should have explained at the beginning, we're ranking all the songs of those bands that we know of and have.
Yeah, not all of them.
If you think that we made a gross oversight and missed a really great song by one of those bands...
There, so you can utilize the viewer music sheet.
I explained in the beginning.
Exactly.
That's exactly the type of stuff that this is for.
That's how that's intended. So, leads us to the next one, Simon and Garfunkel. I think no huge controversies with the Oyster Cult, even though Nosferatu, that's an off the air 10-minute discussion maybe. Would you like to start with the Simon and the
I've
details?
got 8 songs.
Okay, let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I also have 8 songs.
I did not rate one of the ones that you have.
So okay, so then we differentiate one, so that's fine. What's your number 8 song?
My number 8 song is Homeward Bound.
That's your number 8 song?
That's my number 8 song.
Ooh, I'm smelling disrespect. My number 8 song is Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Really?
Yeah, that's my worst song by Simon and Garfunkel. It's just too much of a lullaby. Like I know that's their style and all that, but come on. There's like no part in that song where it's a bit energetic, right? And every other song almost has it to a degree.
It's not the type of poppy energy, rocking type of energy you would expect out of a song, but I think that it does have some energy to it.
I don't like it. It's a little bit too depressing, man. It's a lot. I do like it, of course. It's fine, but it's the worst one of the bunch.
I guess that leads right into my number 7 to progress this a bit. That is, and you're probably gonna disagree with this one as well. It's America.
I strongly disagree with that one as well. Yeah, that's actually shocking to me.
I wouldn't even be surprised if those were your top 2.
I don't know what happened to you, man. What's with those brain cells of yours? Number 7 for me is The Sound of Silence, the OG.
Okay, yeah, I'm not that surprised by that.
It's fine.
It's also not number 6 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one that you won't have on your list. It's El Condor Pasta.
Yes, I don't have that.
Also known as If I Could.
Yep. Also, fun fact, number 6 for me is the one you don't have, which is You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon.
Yeah. That was like...
I like that song.
That could be my excuse why I didn't put it, but honestly, I have listened to it a few times, and like that's on the way to being downloaded, but... Yes. I haven't made up my mind enough to
I actually
slot
like
it in there.
I actually like it a lot, and potentially more than the ones I have ahead of it, but because I've also found it so recent, I was a bit careful with ranking.
Yeah, so again, like, I'm not sure where this will end up. This will definitely not end up in the bottom 2, probably not in the bottom 3.
Yeah, but, it's still rising for sure.
But I can't really quite place it yet.
So top 5.
Top 5, and this isn't gonna surprise anyone. Actually, this might surprise people. This used to be, I think this might have actually been on my top 10 songs of all times list at some point or something.
That would be Sound of Silence.
Sound of Silence.
Yeah,
I used to really love that song for some reason, and now I think it's actually one of their weaker ones.
Yeah, it is one of their weaker ones. As a matter of fact, their second weakest one.
Although their version is still the best of it.
I haven't listened to the other ones sufficiently.
I don't like the Disturbed version.
I don't mind it, actually. But
which is, like, I really dislike it. And which is weird because I like a lot of their other covers.
Yeah. And the song, too, or whatever. My number 5 is The Boxer.
Okay.
The Boxer. It's alright. It's cool.
My number 4, and also one of the ones I will consider a more classic one that also probably everyone has heard before, and that is Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, also my number 4, by the way. So just missing the top 3. And I know that our top 3, there's going to be one song that's going to be the same, and the other 2 are going to be radically different.
Yes, obviously.
What's your 3?
My number 3 is I Am a Rock.
That is your number 3 song.
That also for a while used to be my favorite.
Yes.
After Sound of Silence, there was a brief period where this was my favorite
there used to be a short time where that also was my favorite song. Now, my number 3, first of all, is Homeward Bound.
Okay.
There we go. That's my number 3. So your number 2?
My number 2 is Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Wow, that's really high. I don't agree with that at all, actually. That you've got some stuff confused there. I don't know.
I really like it. I really like.
It's not.
It's gonna sound weird to you, but the energy of the song.
It's not. It's too little. It's not enough. No.
Like the dramatic energy that they put in there. I like that.
It's too depressing. I don't know. I like the ones where there's actually some energetic parts in there. So number 2 is I'm a Rock for me.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Actually.
And
like
number 1, talking about energetic stuff.
That's the boxer for you.
The boxer.
If I paid attention, yeah. Is the boxer very energetic? I don't know. It's good.
I don't know. It is more energetic than a lot of other
It might be better. Songs. It might also be better than Mrs. Robinson, by the way. I've had trouble with those two. So ranking those exactly. So they're pretty much equal to me. But yeah, the best Simon & Garfunkel song is America, and I don't know.
I'm not even at all surprised.
I don't know what happened to you there. That's by quite a bit of a distance actually to the number 2 song. Very very.
America
strong.
and Homeward Bound were both ones that you introduced me to, and it's not that I dislike them. I just like them less than all of the other Simon & Garfunkel songs that I know.
Well, I would strongly disagree. I think America is actually overall an elite song in all of music. It's one of the best songs ever. Actually, it's probably.
Are we still talking about Simon & Garfunkel?
General, I'm now just talking about generally. It's probably top 50 all-time song.
No, I was saying that because I actually probably like America by Razorlight better than America by Simon & Garfunkel.
I would strongly disagree with that. Obviously, that doesn't seem very logical. But okay, so that's Simon & Garfunkel. That's the Blue Oyster Cult, and the big one is Sabaton that we have prepared. And how many songs we got? Like 13, 14? I have 13.
You got 13, I got 14.
That's correct, because you included The Price of a Mile, which I do not like. So you're gonna start. So yeah,
if you the viewer wanna in your mind extend his list to a 14 to match mine, that's number 14.
Yes, correct. Oh, by the way, we also have the song Atero Dominatus. We don't have it ranked. We are aware of it. We like it, but we haven't evaluated to the point where it actually.
There is probably some other songs that we're gonna add over time. Yeah. I listen to some Sabaton songs. There's actually some Sabaton songs that I don't like at all. But
all lists are always expanding, basically, right? So you're number 14 then.
My number 14 is one of the first Sabaton songs that I've ever known. Right. And I think also the first one that you've known, is The Last Stand.
Wow, that's your 14?
Yeah.
It's like your worst song? How is that your worst song? Wow.
I have a theory that this is in part maybe related to the fact that
it's the oldest?
I've had it for so long, so I might have worn out a bit on it, but...
Wow.
Yeah, I also don't think there's... I feel like this is one of the, like...
That hit hard.
Oh yeah, it's a Sabaton song. Like, a lot of the other ones have, like, something to them. Like something that feels specific to the song, and this just feels like quote-unquote generic Sabaton song.
It's like the Sabaton song, right?
I don't think so.
I kind of think it is. It's probably the most popular. Most well-known.
I'm not sure. I am going to say that there is one of that further up, there is some of the most popular ones for sure. Actually, there's also some further down low. So yeah, anyways. Okay. Your number 13.
Yeah, my number 13 is Resist and Bite. One song that I actually like. That's kind of the one that the way that you described The Last Stand, right? It's just another Sabaton song, but it doesn't really have anything, right? It's just there.
I think it has. Going back to a previous point, I think it has more energy than The Lost Battalion. The Last Stand, sorry.
I think so.
Also, my number 13, by the way, is The Lost Battalion.
No, I don't know. So. Okay, Lost Battalion is 13.
I also feel like those two songs are kind of similar. Like from when I first known them, I thought both of them were kind of similar.
Yeah, potentially.
Which probably also hurts them in a bit because that means, you know, when the artist has a few songs that are very similar, you end up kind of ranking all of them slightly worse.
Yes. Yeah,
like subconsciously on the way. Okay.
Lost Battalion is also one of the earlier ones that I known, but
yeah.
So number 12 for me now is Winged Hussards.
Okay.
That's one of
the very few ones, like two I believe that you introduced me to. Well, correct. 3 with Artorias Dom.
Yeah. What's the other one? Anyway, Swedish Pagans.
Swedish Pagans,
of course, yeah.
Number 12 for me, because it kind of works out by around because I have one more song, is The Price of a Mile.
Yeah, I don't have that at all. That's fine. That being better than The Last Stand, I'm obviously gonna fight you on that, but whatever, right? So 11 now for me is
yes,
that's correct, right? It's Sparta.
Okay.
Sparta is 11. It's gotten worse. Like comparatively, it's fine, but it's not special.
It's weird for me. That's one of the songs that I've grown to like more over time.
No, definitely a steep dip for me. And then, I liked it more in the beginning.
And then I slightly mellowed a bit on it again, but I feel like I still like it more now than I first did.
No, definitely took a deep dive. I don't like it that much. It's okay.
Which I guess leads us into my number 11, which is Resist and Bite.
Okay, there we go then. So you also don't love it that much?
No. It's by no means my number 1 song. It's not even a top 10 Sabaton song in my opinion.
But the next 10 will be top 10.
This list was like hard to create, and I feel like
that's true.
Like in a few weeks, I might have some slightly altered opinions.
We also did it on the spot.
Yeah, we did it.
We created this within an hour.
Yeah, so these lists, while they are thought through, they aren't like set in. They aren't carved in stone.
They're not the result of years of contemplation, right? So my number 10 is Blood of Bannock Burn. It's about Scotland.
It is about Scotland. It's about Scottish fighting against their independence against England.
Correct. It's my number 10. Top 10.
Actually, that reminds me, for people out there like you that like Sabaton and history.
Yes.
Not sure how much promotion I need, but there is a YouTube channel out there called Sabaton History, which dives into the history of the Sabaton songs with a guy who has other channels on history as well. I think he's actually a historian too. And he also has band members of Sabaton on to talk about the actual like process of how the song came to be and stuff. So
I might have to look into that.
That's actually an interesting channel.
So your top 10 or your number 10?
My number 10 is Primo Victoria.
Okay. That's also a very interesting one. I'm having that a bit later down the list too.
Yeah, of course. Of course, all the songs
didn't rank it yet,
are gonna appear there too. Yeah.
Number 9 for me is Lost Battalion. That you had pretty low. I also had it as one of the first ones, along with The Last Stand and Wing to Stars over my 3. In the beginning.
Wing to Stars is actually one of the ones that I got later, comparative to most of this list. Actually,
I don't like it that much anymore. Lost Battalion is fine, but also not the greatest. But it made the top 10 solid song.
That brings to my number 9.
Yes.
This is one that dropped for me quite a bit, and that is Carolus Rex.
Oh, that dropped? I expected that to be top 3 for you.
Yeah, because for a while there was like I don't want to when you asked me on the podcast like, what is your favorite Sabaton song? And I was like, it's really hard. I don't know, but if I had to pick one, I would pick Carolus Rex.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that moment,
and
so I thought it would still be up there.
Don't get me wrong. It's a great song.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, as a matter of fact, I would argue that like definitely the top 10, but also even the rest of those are all really good songs.
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, it wouldn't be no playlist, right?
So yeah,
that really dropped. Fell from grace.
There's a lot of really hard competition in there.
Wow, that's actually interesting. So my number, what is it, 8?
Yes.
Is Night Witches.
Okay.
That's my number 8. It's all right. I guess I would argue that about the top 4 to 5 are the ones that I would consider great, and the other ones I would consider good, and Resistant Bite and Winter Stars I would consider decent.
Yeah, it's actually interesting for me because I feel like I've got a bit of a separation on the list where almost the top and the bottom ones are the more what I would call like the regular Sabaton songs, but like the top ones are the ones that in my opinion do it really well, and the bottom ones are the ones that are kind of.
I'm curious for the top 3.
And then like there's a middle part towards the top that has like the songs that I feel like differ more from the usual style. So that's interesting. Yeah. But first of all, before we get to that,
you're 8, right?
We got my number 8, which is Panzerkampf.
Wow, that's your number 8.
That's my number 8.
I thought you would have that higher too. That's interesting because I knew you really like that too. My number 8 is Swedish Pagans. Okay, I really like Swedish Pagans these days. I'm getting into that quite a lot. It's a good song. It might actually have to go up a spot or two. It's It's a really good song. I like it.
Yeah, I do. I like it too. Obviously, I haven't had it yet, so I rank it even higher. My number 7 is one that you've already mentioned. It's "Blood of Bannock Burn."
Ooh, that's very high for that song. I didn't expect it to necessarily be in the top 10. I can see why though. It's fair enough. It's a good song. So my number 6 is Primo Victoria. You've had that before?
Yes.
I like it. Good energy. That song has really good energy.
It does, but I mean, Blood of Bannock Burn has more of that happy energy. Primo Victoria has more of that like intense energy.
Yeah, but I like that intense energy sometimes.
It's interesting because I feel like most of the Sabaton songs, or a lot of the Sabaton songs, really have some kind of energy to them.
Yeah, they all have energy to them.
And I mean, given that it's metal, it's not that surprising.
Does not do Bridge Over Troubled Water. They have energy to it.
Actually,
no,
that would be something.
No, it would not. Do your next song. They can't do that. They cannot do that. That's not that type of stuff. It doesn't work enough.
I think they might be able to do.
No, they're not. People like Five Finger Death Punch would be able to do it because that's a different type of hard rock. But Sabaton, no chance.
What we're going with? My number 6.
Your number 6.
Swedish Pagans.
Ooh, yeah, it's a good song, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? It's pretty good. It's a different, man. It switches it up from all the world wars and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
actually cool. It's about Vikings.
Yeah, and in general, of course,
like it quite a bit. It's very good.
I'm generally more into like the whole mythology thing, which makes the themes even cooler for me. But also just the sound of the song is really great.
It's very good. I do definitely like it. Okay, we're breaking the top 5.
Yeah,
and here's the OG, The Last Stand at 5.
Really,
making its last stand in the top 5. It's a very good song. It's kind of the OG one there for me. I think it's the most popular one, probably the most famous one.
I think it's definitely up there. I think it's I think the top 3 results are usually The Lost Battalion, The Last Stand, and Night Witches in whichever order.
Night Witches, really?
I think so.
I wouldn't have expected Night Witches at all.
I think Night Witches is up there when you like in Google search results and stuff for Sabaton.
That's actually surprising. So what's your 5?
My number 5 is one that you've already mentioned. It's Winged Hussars.
Ooh, no. Nah, that's one I can't stand for. That's too high. It's not that good. I don't think.
This is one of those that when I first listened to it, I wasn't sure what to think. But the more I listened to it, the more I liked it.
And it's still going on? Like, it's still getting better?
I know. I think it reached its peak, but...
Alright. That does surprise me quite a bit, actually. I don't like it that much. Number 4 is Shiroyama for me.
Okay.
The samurai song. It's decent. It's pretty good. It has that correct type of energy. That type of energy that I want to hear.
Yeah, definitely. My number 4 is one that you had relatively low. I mean, so was the case with Hussars, and that is Sparta.
Wow. No, I can't stand for that either. You actually have them like also back to back, just like I did, though I had them on the bottom of the list and near the top. Sparta it just doesn't. It's fine, I guess. It's an interesting historical event, but it just doesn't. The problem with this is compared to, for example, Shiriyama, it doesn't have the right type of energy to me, at least, right? I guess you kind of know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think that it definitely. It puts a lot of in that like repetitive like Sparta Hellas part, which at first was also something that I didn't appreciate that much, but as I said, I started liking it more as well.
It's just
and
too
now
many like small,
slightly
like,
mellowing on again,
words.
but
there's just the scribbling of them. I don't like it that much. It's not the right type of energy. Top 3.
Yes, number 3,
big one. My number 3 is Corals Rex. There you go.
Okay.
Also about, interesting enough, Swedish Pagans is not the highest song about a Swede.
Yeah. My number 3, and you're not going to disagree with that one, obviously, is Shiriyama.
I'm not going to disagree with
because
that.
You had it on 4, so it's not...
It might as well be on 3 as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of interchangeable with Corals Rex there for me. So, I'm not completely following what you have still left.
I got no clue what you have left either, so...
Okay, so my number 2 is Panzerkampf.
Oh, yeah, right, that's
It's really high song. It's really good, actually. I like it. It's got that right type of energy, you know?
I feel like that's one of the lower energy songs in there.
How is that one of the lower energy songs? That's like the highest energy one I can almost come up with.
More subdued ones. My number 2 is one that, first of all, like when it starts, it's one of those that just catches you right away. I think it's also, I think it has a really specific sound in the beginning, and that is To Hell and Back.
Right. So you got this whistle tune, right? Yep. Which leads me into my number 1, which is surprisingly To Hell and Back, because I have mentioned that's a great song. You know how great that song is?
Yeah, it's a great song.
Really good. It's a fantastic song. It's outstanding.
I
recently called out how underrated that song is to you, I believe, at some point. I'm having a sip of a beverage.
I think that might have been the case. I think it's also one of the top 5 Google results, though. This is one of the 2...
Let me quickly think about what your number 1 is left to be.
That's one of the 2 songs that I think I most commonly and most consistently sing along to. Mm-hmm. Not generally necessarily in public, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Have you mentioned Swedish Pagans yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I had Swedish Pagans at number 6.
Okay.
Which was only slightly higher than you had it.
What am I missing with number 1? What is it?
It is Night Witches.
No.
Yes.
No. No. April Fools, no. Come on now.
You know that that's like May or something.
I know, but no. Nah, that's not real. Is it?
Yeah.
No. That makes me want to put Night Witches like 3 spots down right now. That's like when we did top 10 songs of all time and you hit that absolute
that was a
zinger of an ending there. That was, you now know how bad that was, right?
Yeah, that wasn't...
yeah, exactly. No, Night Witches.
Actually, the all-time list probably mostly ends up being though that might be a different Bon Jovi song in there, but it also drops a few spots, so that leaves Ruby at 1. But
Night Witches. No. To Hell and Back, great song. Night Witches is good. Night Witches is okay, but it's not. It doesn't belong up there in the Sabaton elite. It has no spot in top 5 and never will. So yeah, that's a controversy to end it there. Let us know in the comments on what side you are on, good or evil. So we're gonna hop into the halftime show though, because we got 2 more quizzes to finish up the first round of the letter quizzes. Unsurprisingly, it's Y and Z/Z, depending on what type of the world you live in.
Why are we even asking those? That's bad pun.
And after that, we'll see. So we only have 2 this week. Let's get into Y.
Questions where the answers start with the letters Y and the letter Z.
Correct. So the first one is called a New York baseball team.
1 second.
as Jada needs to exactly.
That's
unblock some trackers.
That's all your fault. I should have checked that before. Yeah.
So the New York baseball team is JJ.
The Yankees.
That is correct. And the Yang counterpart is
Ying.
That is correct. It's just Yin.
Oh,
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unit of Chinese currency.
God. Yen.
No, that's the Japanese one.
Oh fuck.
It's yuan. It's
yuan?
Y-U-A-N. Yes.
Okay. Oh right, yen is I should know.
Yep. Indian stretching discipline.
Yoga?
Correct. Far Northwest Canadian Territory.
Far Northwest Canadian Territory. With the letter Y.
Yes, with the letter Y. There's not that many Canadian territories with the letter Y.
Well, yes, figures.
Maybe think about far north rather than far west. It's northwest.
Just help.
Well, I mean, it's Yukon.
Yukon?
Yes.
Okay.
Arafat's first name.
Who?
Arafat.
No clue. I don't even know who that is.
Awful. Yasser. Abominable.
I still don't know who that is.
Yes. Abominable snowman.
Yeti.
Obviously. Eastern European Jewish language.
Yiddish?
Yes. First name of John Lennon's wife.
Yoko.
Oh no, yep. Ivy League University.
Yale?
Obviously. I don't think there's another Ivy League University with the Y. Longest river in China.
No clue?
Yangtze.
You other geography guy. What?
Yangtze.
Yangtze?
No. Okay. N? G? No, just one N.
Yang?
T-Z-E-K.
Z-E-K.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oman's neighbor.
Yemen?
Yemen. Japanese musical instrument company.
Musical instruments.
Company.
I
Yes, they
think
make like keyboards and stuff.
I think Yamaha, right?
Yes.
They also make motorcycles, don't they?
Yamaha's correct. Once the world's most visited website.
Yahoo.
Yes.
That's a bad joke these days.
One name new age musician.
One name new age. What?
I'm assuming it's Yanni, right? With a double N.
What? Like
Yanni, yes.
I don't think I've heard of that before.
Mexican Peninsula and asteroid strike location.
You're the geography guy.
Oh boy, I should know that. I really should. Let's get to the next one first.
Let's get to the small green Jedi.
Yeah,
that's yours.
obviously.
But fuck's sake. Let's actually put the letters in the correct order.
U.S. National Park. There's two there. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, wait, there's two of them. But then also the next one is also U.S. National Park number 2, which is Yosemite.
Yes.
Fuck's sake. O-S.
O-S.
E-M.
E-M.
I-T-E.
Okay, fair enough.
Walled City in northern England.
They've got walled cities in England?
Yes.
That's weird. I mean, that's
that's a medieval thing.
Yeah, I was
right?
about to say, that's not really up to date.
It's York.
York, okay.
Country that disintegrated in 1991. Disintegrated.
I don't know right now.
Yugoslavia.
Oh, right. Yeah.
If you think about it, it makes sense, right?
How got this?
You mix up the U and the O.
Oh. Yeah.
How does that ever happen?
Yeah.
Semi-permanent dwelling in Central Asia. Man. Japanese mafia is the
Yakuza.
Yakuza, correct. A blank Dabadoo.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yep. Okay, let me find this Mexican peninsula.
Semi-permanent dwelling in Central Asia.
Oh boy. Is Yakutan the peninsula? Yucatan? With the C?
What? Yucatan?
Yes. Got it.
Oh, I missed an accent there. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Semi-permanent dwelling in Central Asia. Dude.
Huh.
Should know that. That's the one we're missing again. Like, it's the one word. Got everything else. Terrible.
Well, I can tell you one thing. It starts with the letter Y.
Yeah, there's always that one. Always that one.
I'm giving up right now, though, because that would be the yurt. Okay? 38% knew that, which was the second least known one.
Yeah,
the least known one was Yanni, which I've never heard of.
The Yankees and the Yang counterpart with 96%.
Yabba Dabba Doo was the third most known one.
Then Ivy League University, Yoda.
Yeah.
Those were obvious.
Yeah, like most of the ones were known over 50%. Only Yakuza, Yuan, Yanni, and Yurt were known by less than 50%. The average score is 17 only, surprisingly enough. And we got 23.
There's always that one.
Uh,
Always that one, man. Damn it. Alright, we're getting into letter Z to finish the first round.
Striped African animal is the zebra.
Yeah, the zebra. You feel me? The zebra. The 12 astrological
Zodiac.
signs. Yep. An undead person.
A zombie.
Yes. Country misruled by Robert Mugabe.
What?
It's Zimbabwe or is it Zambia? I think it's probably Zimbabwe. Yes.
Yeah, that would have been the first country with Z I would have guessed, but I didn't know.
South African ethnic group.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I always hate it when they ask for ethnic groups.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, first of all, I generally don't tend to know.
Oh, Zulu, obviously. How am I blanking? How stupid am I? Masked swashbuckling swordsman.
Zorro.
Louisiana musical genre that uses washboards as an instrument.
I think I should refer to that.
Yeah, it's Zydeco, right?
Zydeco?
I think Zydeco.
Zodeko.
What?
What? Oh, those
Yeah, that
were
was
supposed
R.
to
Deco.
be Fuck's sake.
Z. With a C. With a C as a K. Okay, is this Zudeko? Zadeko? Zydeco? Zydeco with a Y. He accidentally, by the way, entered ZED, which was later than last
letter in the alphabet to a Brit.
Which is Z. School of Buddhism.
What?
Zen.
Oh. I mean, I knew that was a central concept. I didn't know it was a school.
King of... It's not a physical building. It's
I know. School of thought. I think. King of...
the Greek gods is Zeus, obviously. Element with symbol ZN is zinc.
Zinc, yeah.
Jerusalem or a U.S. national park.
What?
Why am I blanking? Oh, God, why am I...
yeah, that sounds like something that you would know, but I don't know.
Ice resurfacing machine.
What?
I don't know that
That
one.
sounds weird.
I have no hope.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me there.
Tube-like variety of pasta.
Tube-like variety of...
It's like ziti? Like ziti? Z-I-T-I or something? Yes.
Okay.
Colombian dance fitness program. That should be Zumba.
Okay. I've heard of that before, but...
In cubic form, it looks like a diamond.
Cubic form, it looks like a diamond.
Some mineral.
Oh, a mineral with Z.
Former name of the Democratic Republic of Congo should be Zaire. With an E at the end. No. R-E.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
For Christ's sake. Last name of Facebook's founder.
Zuckerberg.
Biggest city in Switzerland.
Zurich, I would guess.
And popular brand of lighters. Zippo.
Oh, that's a brand?
Yes. Oh man, we're missing 3. Terrible. The U.S. National Park, I should definitely know.
I feel like the thing that looks like a diamond should be something that's gettable.
Maybe you can get that. I have no hopes at the ice resurfacing machine.
I got no clue what they mean. Is the thing, right? Like normally you'd have at least an idea what kind of question that is. Like,
is the national park Zion? Z-I-O-N?
Z-I-O-N.
Got it.
Zion. Oh right.
Got it. You blank on
the
that
Holy
stuff
Land,
so hard.
Zion. Yeah, that
awful, terrible.
Of course, Jerusalem, Zion. That makes sense. Yeah.
Terrible, but okay. Ice resurfacing.
I think we're giving up
well,
right now.
We'll give up and let's see what we have. Damn it,
I'll
man.
probably feel stupid about the diamond
every
thing.
single time. Zirconia.
That's one that one could have.
The ice resurfacing machine is Zamboni.
I still don't know what that is.
Never heard of it in my life. Actually, 52% of people knew Zamboni, and only 23 knew Zydeco.
I mean, I didn't know it.
The Louisiana musical genre. ZD and Zydeco were less known than the ice resurfacing machine, and Zirconia also.
Yeah, Zirconia was gettable.
Yeah.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah, it was possible. That's true.
I'm not saying it was easy, but it was possible.
Zebra, most known one. Then Zombie, Zeus. Zebra, actually 100%. That's okay. Not a lot of people knew the Zippo lighter. 70% is less than I would be expecting. And Zurich, too. A lot of people knew Zulu. I didn't expect that many people. Well, actually, it's very obvious. I was just blanking on it.
Yeah, it's still... So let's see. What was the average score? 15. We got 18.
Too weak.
Out of a possible 20. So that
we're gonna have to
decent.
Yeah, let's have like an idea for the next round because there's a second round of quizzes.
I think we should maybe take
we'll take a break, but
of 1 or 2 weeks and then
just have a resolution, right? So let's try to do a little bit better on those. Because some of these have been...
to be fair...
It's just the unnecessary blanks when you just don't...
Especially towards the end, we've been usually only 1 or 2 off the maximum score anyway.
Yeah, right. But we want to get to the maximum score more regularly.
But it's not like we can do anything for that except for literally studying up on general knowledge.
I know. Man, we blank on stuff. I hate that. That's not nice. It sucks. But yeah, go ahead and play the quiz yourself if you want to, and do not spoil yourself. Should have done that before listening to the podcast, of course, and see if you can smack us.
Obviously, when we play a quiz, if you want to play along, you're gonna pause, play the quiz, and then listen to us.
Correct. So maybe
listen to us be idiots for 5 minutes.
Maybe you want to go to jetpunk.com. Is it called?
Yes, it is.
And play all the answer by letter quizzes, the second ones, and then compare once we got through all of them how well you did. Maybe if you played along with all those, let us know how many points you scored. But yeah, gotta stop blanking on answers. It's terrible. But fact of the week we got coming up.
Do have facts of the week.
So JJ,
I don't think I've used this before.
You don't think so?
If I have, I'll just come up with something else.
Okay.
Do you know what pixel stands for?
A pixel?
Yes.
Does it stand for something?
Yes.
What does it stand for?
Picture element.
Is that true?
Picture from and an element. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I did not know. It could be pickle, but that's already a small cucumber drenched in like vinegar. That's interesting. Picture. I don't think you.
Well, I guess it comes from pics being short for pictures, and then
but it's still
L for element.
PICS.
Yeah.
You have not used that fact. I can tell you that. So, would you like to select one of my facts?
Sure.
Got a couple of geography facts, some fun facts, some interesting facts. It's all at this point just.
You know what? I'll take an interesting, I guess, fact.
Interesting, I guess. Okay, I'll give you this.
Sounds very confident.
Yeah, this one interesting, I guess. A couple of months ago, I had a fact that. You gotta remember what a flock of crows is called.
A flock of crows. Let's see. It's a murder of crows, and it's
it's a murder.
Yeah, and it's a conspiracy of ravens. In case that.
Fair enough. But you know what a group of ferrets is called?
A group of ferrets? I do not know.
A group of ferrets is called a business.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know, right? I want to have ferrets now. I want to have like 2 or 3 ferrets just at my home in a terrarium.
Theoretically, this could be like a year-long series of facts. Like, a conspiracy of ravens.
Yeah, exactly. Like you invite someone in your home.
A school of dolphins,
You invite someone to your home and he's like, okay,
would you like to see my business?
Let's go right down to the business. Would you follow me to my room?
Yeah, just show them the ferrets.
Like 3 ferrets in this terrarium. Like, let's talk business. I love that. That's actually my favorite one. Flock of crows being a murderer is pretty cool, but business of ferrets.
Business of ferrets.
Ferrets are giving you the business.
Also, that reminds me of the fact that someone at some point suggested the plural of melagos to be melagese.
Oh yeah, I actually like that. What's the plural of mongoose even? I don't know. But melagese would totally work. I don't know. Maybe. I think malagai is correct.
But
malagos always sounds clunky, and malagai is very...
The problem is you're pluralizing a given name. That's
usually you just put an S in the end, right?
Just melagos with 2 S?
Just melagos. Or in that case, melagoses.
Yeah.
Right? It's weird. For example, you got 1 JJ, 2 JJs, 1 Alex, 2 Alexes.
Yeah, that's true.
So in that case, it would be
I guess pluralizing names is definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm. But I like malagai. It's great.
You do like malagai.
I do like malagai. It's wonderful.
It sounds like the Mali guy.
Yeah, the Mali. You know that one Mali guy? Second topic. It is time too, because I think we've done it recently. Ponder some more philosophy, I guess.
Yeah, let me actually pull up the list really quickly.
We're
because,
getting to the list.
The pro, I haven't done that yet.
He has not done that yet. That's true. So.
Technically, we did say we might, instead of doing that, also pick up more songs, but apparently we're doing this.
We'll do them. We've done songs. We can do songs again at some point, but we can do some philosophical questions. We are, as always, on conversationstartersworld.com that are providing us with all the information that we ever need.
What was the last one we did?
Let's just start with wherever we are. That's fine. We haven't done those yet, so just stop there. So, philosophical questions that are being asked, and we're trying to answer them. Some of them can actually be answered. Some of them not so much. What is the most important goal every person should have?
Survival?
That's one that really can't be answered that well, but survival is the instinctive one for sure, the evolutionary one.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's how life works generally.
Yeah, generally, yeah. I think they were more talking about conscious goals, right? In which case...
I feel like that could still be survival. You could still consciously choose to try to survive.
To try to survive as long as possible, yeah.
Don't kill yourself, people.
That's true. Don't get yourself killed either.
Yeah, that too.
That's true. So survival, yes.
Don't make stupid choices. That's a good idea.
That's not what they're talking about, I think, in asking this question.
I guess to live a fulfilled life?
Yeah, the answer to that should be something like, to do good, right? Live a fulfilled life, help others, that sort of stuff.
Pay it forward, I don't know.
I guess it's to do what they think to be right. That's like will be my answer, right? A man becomes less than a man when he begins to compromise on what he believes is right. You want to take a guess on who said that?
Oh, fuck's sake, stop doing that.
It's Mike Singletary. You've never heard of him, but he's famous. So, yeah, that would be my answer. What would be your answer? Live a fulfilled life?
Yeah, sure. Although I still like survive as the answer.
Survive is a good answer.
Also, we don't need to necessarily give a concrete answer. It's more about starting discussion.
Objectively, survive is...
Because these are conversation starters according to conversationstartersworld.com.
Great site, by the way. Is it better to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond?
Well, I know what they're saying, but theoretically it depends on the size of the fish at the pond, more specifically.
If you're the only fish in the pond, then... The bigger the pond,
if the pond is smaller than the fish, that gets pretty restricted.
That's problematic. If you're the only fish, if there's bigger fish, and there's like a food chain going, you want to be the bigger fish.
Yeah, of course. But I guess the idea is something. Oh god, I was trying to come up with a good comparison, but to make the metaphor work, the only thing I came up with was be the boss of a small company or work in a huge one, and it's like.
You want to be the boss, right?
Like the thing is, I would rather work as a regular worker in a small company than in a large one.
Because those are
because those are generally better work environments. Like, I can't come up with a good comparison that actually makes the saying work.
It really doesn't.
Like the metaphor seems horrible to begin with.
I've
heard it before.
It's hard.
It's something that people discuss, but I feel like there's if you actually try applying that to situations.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
There is never one where you want to be the small fish in the big pond.
That's true.
Really, unless I'm missing something obvious here, but...
I really don't see it either, so yeah, big fish.
Again, unless the pond is literally too small.
Yeah, then be small fish. What are you capable of achieving?
Whatever you set your mind to, probably not self-propelled flight,
really?
though.
I want to fly by myself. That's not going to happen even with my mind. Not every person is capable of achieving the same things because they have different mental capacity.
I guess the question technically is, what are you capable of achieving?
What am I capable of achieving? Making a difference? Very cop-out answer, of course. I'm capable of achieving some things that I will never strive to achieve.
That reminds me of something, of like an inspirational quote or something that someone once said, where it's like... you know how people are worried when it comes to time travel that they will make a small thing can fuck up the entire future?
Yes.
If they do a small thing in the past? Well, by that logic, every small thing you do now is gonna also have a big impact on the future. That's
actually pretty good. So, rethink your choices, everyone, I guess.
Butterfly effect from now should work just the same way. So, yeah, your choices matter.
That's true.
What are you capable of achieving? I mean, directly, personally...
living what would be considered a decently successful life for a human being?
Yeah, I mean, I think generally the most powerful thing one of us could likely do is probably...
spread knowledge.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, get this, what we're currently doing, big enough so that we're recognizable, and then use that as a platform. Spread
knowledge and help out the community, be politically active. That's...
Yeah.
Some of the bigger,
being an influencer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
making a difference. That's essentially what it comes down to. By what standards do you judge yourself?
Metric.
That is it's a question that...
Sorry, I like joke answers.
It's a question that I have... Like, the question that I've been dreading for my entirety of my life, because I'm thinking about it.
Aren't you the person who always says, judge yourself, compare yourself to your previous self?
definitely you want to look at your own progress. Yes, you want to compare yourself to where you have been as opposed to others around you. But what standards do you hold yourself by? That's such a deep question that you just can't answer. I haven't been able to, thinking about it for 20 years.
I mean, I guess standards and all myself too. I mean, you could go into like a moral code or something, but that's something you hold yourself to, like stay within. Yeah. But that's about it. I don't really judge myself on such a level that I would be like, oh yeah, like this is exactly where I want to be or something.
It depends a lot on what your goals are, what your perception of stuff is, right?
Yeah, my main thing is basically like don't hurt others.
Yeah, to me, it's hold yourself to a high standard. To me, at least that includes a bunch of stuff.
There's no clearly defined standard.
A lot of people don't seem to care about, right? So, whatever standard, I like to hold myself to a high standard. I believe that's the only way to get better. Because if you're okay, I guess a good standard is to never be satisfied with where you're currently at. Doesn't matter where you're at, you can be better, so strive to do that. Which I guess relates to the compare yourself to the previous self. If you got better, that's fine. But this is tough to answer. I could lay out hours and hours of dialogue on this, but I'm not gonna.
Can human nature be changed? Should it? Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Genetic engineering
to both.
And
so first of all, the most obvious answer to something that I go back to a lot is, of course, the nature of the whole thing, which is evolution.
Yes.
You can actually see on a small scale how humanity has changed within what we, even like relatively short term historically. There's some smaller changes that can be observed, like people on average getting slightly tall or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, having less wisdom teeth.
Exactly.
I'm a great example of evolution. I was born without wisdom teeth.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's an interesting fact.
I know that that exists. I didn't know that it applied
it's
to you.
It's very rare, but that happened to me.
So, yeah, that's you are the next step of the evolutionary ladder.
Exactly.
No, I'm not kidding.
I'm literally genetically ahead. Yeah, it's true. Of course.
In that regard, you are.
Of course, yeah.
Which also, of course, relates to the jaws getting smaller, so that the wisdom teeth get more problematic. Yeah. Which is also another thing that we can observe.
Not that my jaw is particularly small, but
but in general, like the human jaw tends to get smaller, which is why the wisdom teeth tend to be more problematic.
Correct.
One of those evolutionary things that we can, in a relatively short time frame, observe. So yes,
loss of body hair too.
Yeah, so
it's been a little bit longer, but yeah.
So humans can change. That was of course the physical side. Yep. Mentality can also be changed. Should humans change? Yes.
Probably. You're doing a lot of fucked up shit still, right?
Biologically speaking, humans are by no means perfect. As a matter of fact, we're very screwed. Our backs still aren't fully adapted to walking upright.
Correct.
Like, they are relatively good at it.
Yeah.
But they're not fully there. Like, our backs is like one of our bigger weaknesses. Like, because they're just not perfectly adapted. So, so physically speaking, we're not perfect.
We should, generally, yes. And also, behaviorally speaking,
we
still wage a lot of damn war, man.
We're literally destroying the one planet that we can currently live on.
Correct.
I mean, that should tell you everything.
Yeah. So, yes, human nature needs to change drastically. Ignorance is terrible.
People will be ignorant of facts and proud of it. Yeah. That's one of the worst problems in society.
Ignorance is probably the worst spread problem that we have on a big scale, I guess, because all the other problems arise to large degrees from that.
That also that's also where all of those like fringe like cultures come from, like anti-vaxxers, flat earthers, that kind of stuff. Also, by the way, anti-vaxxers, the most horrible people on the planet.
Most horrible?
Well, maybe not the most horrible, but
they're pretty terrible.
But they're pretty bad because, first of all, like they're going against scientific fact and everything, but at least
I think I've made this point before, right? You're saying that a child with having a kid who dies would still be better than a kid with autism. Right?
Exactly. That's why they're so bad.
They
hate autism so much that they'd rather have their kids die.
Exactly.
Not saying that autism is actually a risk of vaccination, but if it was, it'd still be worth it.
Exactly. That's actually the case. Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's the statement needs to be made. That's true. So.
I mean, but if we are getting into like philosophical territory, might as well make some statements.
How replaceable are you?
Oh, me? Very.
Very replaceable in the
currently, definitely.
Yeah, in the big scheme of things, yes, but in the small scheme of things, not. It depends on from what.
Well, yes, of course,
what vantage point you look at it.
Yeah, no one can perfectly replace you in that they could just take your place and
I can't just
would care.
Can't just create a JJ clone and then ship you off to fucking Russia, Siberia, and then sit the clone down with me here. That doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
So the people around you, you're probably not replaceable that easily. But in the general scheme of things, well, like the universe doesn't give a shit about you.
Well, I mean, technically, if we're staying within the scope of the human race, of course, if we were replaced by someone else, technically, that would affect. If you reproduce, it would affect everything there, and so on and so forth. Small changes.
I guess the idea is just...
I'm getting to butterfly territory.
Yeah, the idea is replace is just how important are you really? What would make a difference if you weren't there tomorrow? So.
Well, right now, not a big one.
Not really a big one at all.
But I mean, we're getting there.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the idea.
That's the standard that we're holding ourselves to, I suppose.
I'm not saying this because, like, oh, I want to be famous or anything. I actually... That's a weird part, right? I've never cared about fame itself that much.
Yeah.
I just really want to be doing this and like spreading the message, you know?
Yeah, spreading the general message. Also just entertaining people.
Vaccinate your kids.
Yeah, but hydrate. The earth is round. That sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Fair enough. So, why...
Spherical specifically, because I think flat earthers, it's still a round disc.
It's a round disc. It's a globe. It's a sphere. Why don't we as a species take more advantage of the fact that we have almost infinite knowledge available to us? Well,
first of all, that's the overstatement of the century.
We clearly don't have infinite knowledge. There's a lot of intricate stuff we don't know.
But yes, plot
ignorance.
A plot hole in reality. People have access to the entirety of human knowledge and still say stupid shit all the time.
Yeah. Obviously, right?
I'm not sure why I'm constantly quoting tweets, but
I don't know. It's a habit that builds up.
Yeah, but because people say interesting or funny stuff, and it's just worth quoting sometimes. But
so we don't have infinite knowledge. At all.
That's an overstatement. But
I believe as a species we make good use of the most knowledge we have, just not in the broad sense. Just a couple of people do.
Yeah, like the people.
Because, like, peak science is fucking great.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, the people on top when it comes to knowledge...
But broad ignorance is still terrible.
They're using it well, but once again, it comes back to the ignorance. A lot of people don't use the knowledge available to them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a general iPhone these days has more computing power than the computers that NASA used to put someone on the moon, right? And these days, people can't even, like... They can't take it dump by themselves, essentially, right? You got the average guy walking around with a smartphone with literally more computing power than we got to the moon with, and he can't tell his you-know-what from a hole in the ground. Whereas the peak science, they really are doing great things, obviously, right? In terms of medicine, in terms of technology.
Yeah, but they're really being slowed down by the fact that they have to drag all the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. With them, the broad ignorance is still a massive problem.
So, I guess... why don't we as a species take more advantage? Why is actually the main question I hear, the way it's worded.
Because people are apathetic and ignorant and kind of, and a lot of people don't care.
Yeah, I think this also comes down to a degree to the concept of echo chambers, where people surround themselves with like-minded people.
Yeah.
And if they want to be ignorant of a fact, then they'll find people that agree with them.
Yeah, like, the society, like, the structure of society is by no means optimal that we live in. Don't ever
That's one of the bigger social issues with the internetworking, thanks to, well, the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it allows you not only to connect to everyone, which is a good thing in itself, but it also allows you to connect to anyone, which means that thereby you don't have to get your need for socialization, which is somewhat built into humans, from other sources, meaning you can just constantly surround yourself with people that are in agreement with you.
Yes. Never forget to fight Article 13, by the way. It's terrible.
Which then doesn't challenge your own beliefs, which then hinders you growing as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have to challenge your beliefs to grow as a person.
So yeah, I guess it boils down to ignorance. Let's do one more question and then we're out of here because we're approaching an hour. What do we have? What 2 questions would you ask to get the most information about who a person truly is? So
pineapple on pizza, toilet paper over under.
Pineapple, yeah, yes to the first, I don't care to the second.
No, of course that's. I mean, that's what.
I'm assuming I'm assuming you're going no to the first. What are you going to the second?
Over.
Why do you care? Actually, you know what? That's the conversation we should bring up. Why do people care about this?
I don't know.
Exactly. Can you explain that to me? It's like literally.
For me, it's OCD, I guess.
It's like literally the least important thing ever. I think people start civil wars over that, and I just put the roll on the way. The way I happen to pick it up. I care so little that I don't care to turn it.
I feel like over is more convenient for ripping it off, but
I really don't care. I get the one argument I get is that if you have a cat, then you want under, because the cat can't unroll the whole thing.
It can, though.
By punching or no?
Also,
it doesn't punch it up. It punches it down.
Also, if you have one of the holders where there's like a flap over top of it, then you can use that to rip off the paper if it's over, without having to actually hold the roll.
Never do that.
Not that it. Yeah. Again, that's a bit of an edge thing.
I don't. Yeah, it's literally an edge thing. Yeah.
Ah, God!
Thank you for that one.
That was actually unintended fun.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, that's a good closer.
Of course.
That's a very good closer.
No, but of course.
What two questions would you ask? Okay, provided you are asking. Okay, the answer.
That's what the internet would ask every person.
Provided we're guaranteed to get the honest answer, and we can only ask, or answers can only be provided from what that person's actual knowledge is. Right?
Yeah, of course. Because otherwise, we could literally ask does this and this apply to you? But you're getting the answer that they believe to be honest, not
so. I guess you would ask them. I would ask them about their true opinion on me, and have them describe their view on me in detail, because that's what obviously affects me. And then I guess political view or something. I don't know.
I mean, you're asking who a person truly is. I think the first one is probably about. In my opinion, about religion, maybe. It's definitely something about beliefs. You said politics, I said religion. Of course, we can get into the whole vaccination, flat earth thing, but I feel like those are a bit too fringe to really affect the majority of people. But asking someone how religious they are, I think is definitely a good one, because the more religious someone is, generally the more ignorant they are to facts and that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that there's necessarily something wrong with being a religious person, although basically most religions that I know are horrible.
Yeah, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
You can hate both in certain instances, but in this case,
I don't have a problem if you believe that you'll go to heaven if you do good things. That's fine.
That makes you do good things, man, then all more power to you, obviously.
But if you believe that you should, stone people for their sexual orientation, that's not really that cool.
Get out of here, right?
Which, again, I feel like that establishes a lot of how a person...
maybe generally just viewpoint, I guess. The question is, how broad of a question can you ask to get the most... completely describe yourself a question, or can you please completely describe yourself? Is that a valid question? In that case, I will ask.
The answer will also be yes. Can you completely describe? Oh no, it will probably be no. Can you completely describe yourself? No.
Potentially not. So
no. But
what is the question you really want to ask? I want to know their opinion on me, because that's what important. So that's one I would definitely ask.
Well, I mean, it's definitely something that is useful information, but technically, it's not a good question. By the way, this was prompted because it's trying to find out the most about them.
But the question is, what would you ask, right?
What two questions would you ask to get the most information about who a person truly is?
And the most information that who a person truly is that concerns me, of course, is what about me, right?
Technically,
very tough to answer.
But I feel like the religious view is definitely a good one. Not to pat myself on the back here, but because generally the people that are crazy religious are also just pretty bonkers in their views in general.
Exactly.
And atheists, for example, generally tend to be more on the up and up when it comes to stuff like science and understanding the way the world works.
Because there's nothing really getting in the way that they've been indoctrinated.
Again, there's stupid atheists. There is brilliant religious people.
Of course,
nothing of this categorical, but you can't just ask 2 simple questions and not make assumptions based on that.
So I guess that's kind of our answers. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I'm fine with either. I say yes. Toilet paper on pizza, definitely no. That's a bit of a red flag there. Pineapple over or under? I don't really care.
Pineapple under pizza?
Oh, pineapple under pizza. Pineapple sandwich between 2 pizzas, wrapped in toilet paper. That's a good image.
I honestly don't know what my second question would be.
Opinion on self. That's all I need. That's really what they.
I feel like if it's a bit too judgmental of me to ask them about their taste in music.
That's such a French thing, though. It's about who a person truly is.
Yeah.
Look into their soul that's not proven to exist.
Yep. I feel like sometimes there's a bit of a correlation there.
Yes.
Between how people are and what music they listen to, but I don't think it's strong enough to necessarily be helpful. But I guess then the second one would be about political opinion.
Yeah, I want a full profile of opinions and beliefs.
But then again, the question is how in depth can you go? Because
exactly, as much as possible.
Yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, like what are your exact political beliefs? Like that.
Opinion on every single issue, right? It's tough.
Because that should basically tell you everything about what a person believes, because that is essentially, because everything at this point is political in some way. Because policy gets,
yeah.
They sometimes get in there too much.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know what? I think we can do an experiment. Let everyone, if everyone's listening in the comments, just ask us the 2 questions that you would choose to use for this particular problem to get the most possible information, and we will then don't do it service at all by answering it very, very quickly and concisely. Maybe if we get we will do it. So I think it's enough for today. Some philosophical questions, some music, and we finished the first round of letter quizzes. We have a song of the week before we are going to be out of here. So JJ, what's your song of the week?
My song of the week is In the Shadows by Beyond the Black.
I think I might know that song.
That surprises me.
I think I might know it. We can play it later. We'll actually play it after this, and I'll tell you if it's the one I'm thinking of. If it is, it's okay. My song of the week is a comparatively new one. It's Climbing the Walls by They Might Be Giants. What a great song.
You really like that band, don't you?
I love that band. Dude, I just more than doubled up the amount of songs by them, and there's some that are absolutely even contending with songs like Birdhouse in Your Soul for the very top. And Climbing the Walls is fantastic. It's absolutely outstanding transcendental song. It's so amazing. I love it. And there's a couple more that are actually probably going to be future songs of the week too. They're fantastic. I don't know what to say. They're just amazing. And
I'm not a fan.
Huge fan. Maybe you'll get around to it. It's going to be the Runrick syndrome, the Runrick effect.
I don't think so.
Where you eventually sober up to musical excellence. Hopefully. They're amazing. That's my song of the week. His song of the week. Viewer, music, share, description. Your song of the week. Do the thing. JJ.
That's it?
That's it.